Hey guys, today I'll be turning the artistic icon herself, Frida Kahlo, into a cute anime character. I'll be using this photo of her as a reference. I chose this because it's a pretty well-known image of her and I love what she's wearing here too. For those who are unaware of who this queen is, Frida Kahlo is a famous Mexican artist who is well known for her self-portraits. And when I say she is well known for her self-portraits, just know that of her 143 paintings, 55 of them are self-portraits. So of course, I started with basic shapes. I drew a circle first, and then I drew a line straight down the middle to kind of see where the jaw would be. And then I'm just kind of putting the basic shapes in. The foundation of every single drawing has all these basic shapes in them. If you get these basic shapes wrong, it can make your picture look a little wonky, and you'll see soon enough that I do kind of edit my basic shapes before putting in more details just because the proportions looked a little wonky. Now that I have the basic shapes in, I'm just going to put some details into this drawing I have here. I'm going to put in the details for her eyes, her iconic eyebrow, and the rest of her face. So as I said before, I noticed that the basic shape for the flowers was a little too low, so I erased them and put them a bit higher. So while you're drawing this picture, or while I was drawing this picture, feel free to follow along if you would like. I was always looking at the reference picture. It's really important that if you're drawing from reference, and you should be, that you constantly look at it so you know where things are, you know the details, and you can see if things look a little off in your drawing or painting or whatever artistic thing you are creating. So now that I have all these details drawn in, I'm using my little fine tip marker to start doing the line art. I've stated this in past videos, but I'll state it again. I love using thick and thin lines to really create that illustrative feel. Because I am drawing Frida Kahlo in an anime style, I really want to give it an illustrative feel. So if you notice, I'm making her jaw a little bit thicker in the line aspect, and I'm making some other parts a little more thin because I don't want to draw as much attention to them as her face. And now that I am done the line art, I'm just going to color it in. First I'm going to start with the skin color and then add some shading here and there, and then I'm going to color in the other parts of the drawing. I am choosing the colors based on the reference photo that I'm using, so I'm not really designing it per se. I'm just basing it off the reference. Something you may or may not know is she wanted to become a doctor, but at the age of 18, she was in a bus accident and was impaled in the pelvis. Her father, a photographer, made an easel for her so she could paint while in the hospital bed. Honestly, father goals. This accident caused her to need surgeries throughout her life for her spinal injuries. But nonetheless, being the absolute queen she was, Miss Kahlo continued to paint even when her health was deteriorating. She literally went to her 1953 solo exhibition show in an ambulance and was carried in with a stretcher. Honestly, talk about dedication. Did you know she was also featured in a 1937 Vogue magazine? A literal queen. I'll put the picture on the screen. Like, look at her. I'd be painting myself nonstop too. And if that's not already making you love her, just know that she was open about her sexuality. She was bisexual, which made her an LGBTQ+ icon. She was super proud to be Mexican and embraced her roots while turning her back towards Mexican colonial roots. Wow. And now I'm going to just create the background, and what I'm doing here is I am kind of mimicking the flower pattern that I see behind her in the image, and I am kind of creating a similar texture in the background. What I don't really like about the markers I'm using is they're not alcohol based, so they don't really blend that well. So as you can see in the background, there are these like really icky overlapping dark spots that I just really don't like. So what I'm trying to do to cover this is I'm adding more texture with the marker. It's the same color. I'm just drawing in little flower, little petals, little leaves, or the shape. You know, it's not really specific, but someone could look at it and tell it's an organic thing, like a leaf or a petal. And I'm just scattering this on the dark spots or the weird spots and just trying to hide it. But, you know, of course, you gotta make do with what you have, and these are the markers I have on hand. And there you have it. This is my completed Frida Kahlo as a cute anime character. So if you liked this video and you want to see more, remember to subscribe, hit like, comment down below the next famous artist you would like to see me draw.